I'm Jake,
And I'm Gerardo.
and we're on.
0 Point Podcasts.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, what's up, everybody? Live here with Jake and Gerardo for another great riff of our liveliness of conversation and interaction and presence. So, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Thank you all for being here. So amazing to do this again. I had such a blast last time. So, yeah, I was definitely up for a second round. So here we are.
Yeah, love it. And
hmm
so, I feel you have some insight to get us started on this riff.
Oh yeah. Well, after yesterday, I was, we kind of said like let's brainstorm or maybe or I was like brainstorming on what topics could we do next or something as well. Although I want to keep it in the flow, but I think that for me today felt like a really big thing that came up, and I wanted to maybe ask your perspective on this. How do you look at manifestation? What's your look on it? Is there something that that you want to share about manifestation? hmm
Yeah, it's really interesting that you bring that up because, m- with the topic of presence and then like manifesting, because we were doing presence on the last episode, and now with the manifesting, you're almost like looking into the future. So it's almost taking away from presence.
hmm
Um, though I feel there's a piece within the manifesting of like, sitting and being and seeing exactly what it is that I wish to see or desire to see, and just like being with it and enjoying that of doing whatever it is that I'm enjoying manifesting, whether it's traveling or playing in the water, getting a really nice parking spot.
Yeah.
When there's nothing. So,
Yeah.
um, it's like diving into those feelings and memories of already, it is now and it is happening now. And then within that, just letting it all go and then coming
Right.
back to the present moment
Right.
and not thinking about it. And then when I'm like doing a task or I'm creating or building something, then I just am really, really focusing on what I'm creating, what I'm building, what I'm doing, whether cooking or taking an amazing shower. I'm just really
hmm
in that moment. And if the thoughts of what I'm trying to manifest come up, I'm just like, that's great. Thank you. I am here right now and I'm enjoying this moment.
Mm. Wow, thank you for sharing, man. Yeah.
Hmm.
And indeed, while you were sharing it, I find it beautiful that you said like, you're sitting with it, you feel it in the moment, you feel it, you kind of envision it and feel it, and but then you let it go.
Yeah.
That's a big thing, man. Yeah, because like, yeah, this is the thing, right? When we spoke about last podcast was presence.
Hmm.
And yes, it's kind of manifestation is kind of going towards the future with thought and feeling. Um, but then when you grow an expectation, you're gone too far again, right?
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 Yeah.
Because when you expect that that would happen, then in the way you thought about it exactly, you, you're lost and you will lose the manifestation. I have had this kind of experience a lot. And I have to say, even now, this is kind of a practice still for me
Hmm.
to to really envision, embody what envision, feel what I would like to receive from the future, and then really letting it go, not knowing how it completely will look like. Because
Hmm.
then most of the time, even the universe will give you even something greater.
Yeah,
Right?
so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. But wow, it is a big topic though. It is for me it is something I'm very much learning in
hmm
this moment still. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, life. We're always learning.
Yeah. What do you feel like what can be some challenges coming up with manifestation?
As you spoke of like expectations, those are
Mm.
definitely challenges with manifestation. I've come across in the past of really like, oh, I got this manifestation thing out and I'm going to see it and it's going to go just like this. And then it like doesn't go like that. And I'm like, hey, wait, I saw it going exactly the way I wanted it. And now it's not going the way I wanted.
Yeah.
And and so like the challenge for me in the manifesting was the letting go
Mm.
like of it having to be a certain way or having the expectations on it being a certain way
Mm.
uh, because the bigger we get we also have to be okay with being smaller and
Yeah.
so it's like that duality of both sides we can't have one without the other so it's like oh I'm so great and then it gets to my head and be like oh yeah I'm also absolutely nothing and I'm
Yeah.
just kind of floating in space.
Hmm.
hmm
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. What came up for me right now was actually like the biggest challenge for me is like getting emotional about it, right?
Mm.
Emotional and it kind of comes with the expectation like you expect that it's gotta be like this, and then it's
Mhm.
not like that, and then all of a sudden you kind of get this emotion of disappointment, maybe even sadness, maybe even anger, right? Like you're
Mhm.
just angry that it's not like how you envisioned it,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
And, and oh man, and the funny thing is like these emotions then because they're here in the present then
Mhm.
if you're not aware of it, you got to start manifesting these emotions, right? So
Mhm. Yeah,
that's the
yeah, yeah.
challenge with it, right? And sometimes then yeah, it's so crazy on how many how much reprogramming we sometimes need to to really be able to manifest what our heart desires.
Mhm.
Because the mind can be in there and like we still think with our mind like we want it this way, but the heart knows it best. And actually, if we're letting go, it will be the heart that is manifesting it. But if the
Mm.
mind says we want this and I want it like that, and then the heart sends you something better, but the mind says, no, 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 this is not how I pictured it. So, why can it not be like this? And all of a sudden, it becomes this thing that starts, how do you say
Huh.
it? It becomes dense. The manifestation is not flowing, and actually something is growing that you rather not want to have.
Mhm.
And even so, this is also kind of like a tip or trick that because manifestation is just happening always, right? It is happening in the present. Like, I want to come back to maybe a technique later. Remind me if I forget. Um, but like, it is this like in the present, you feel, and it's the way you believe you feel that is gonna that is the way the outer world is start forming itself
Mhm.
and it's always from the present, always. So look at yourself, be honest to yourself. How much percentage of the time do you have unwanted feelings, or do you have undesirable feelings, I would say, and how much of the time do you have desirable feelings? And then yeah, when you're aware that you have like uncomfortable, undesirable feelings, these when you're aware of that, then you can use here we are already, then you can use some tools and tricks to, you know, to turn them around. And like and this is kind of, you know, probably I will say this every podcast. is like when you're aware of it, you're aware of something, and you definitely want to change it, become then aware of your breath and the feeling that you have. Yeah. And
Mm,
then understand that this is all happening inside you. And to let go is just to feel it without judgment. And this is to let go of judgment. So to feel it without judgment, like it's easy actually to do once you start asking yourself some questions like, this feeling, what color does it have? What form is it? Is it spiky? Is it round? Is it a cube? Is it a square? What's the surface? Is it fluffy? Is it soft? Is it rock hard? Like, and then you can kind of step away from what you believe it is, and you give it some form to really feel it. And this happens to shift then, like you come back into a neutral present more, I would say, because then is the with a few breaths again. So I would say you become aware of something undesirable. You breathe, you feel, you keep breathing until you feel that undesirable thing. You create a kind of, uh, yeah, you ask these questions that I just summed up, and you get a kind of, yeah, kind of look on these feelings, but then with a neutral zone, and then or in a neutral zone, and then out of this neutrality, you can use the breath again to conjure up the feelings on how it would feel like if it changed into the thing that you would desire, that you're desiring. And then you keep breathing, and you can kind of grow these feelings that help you to become present and feel your manifestation towards the future. So yeah, I feel
mhm.
like that's what I would like wanted to share. And this is a sequence. I do believe that there are so many other techniques. Maybe Jake, I don't know if you got a process yourself to go through these.
I do, and you led into it so beautifully because there's all of that that happens, and then once we're feeling, once we've felt what we didn't want to feel, and then we're feeling what we want to feel, but then it's like, okay, we're in the moment. What is going to be my next level of joy? What is going to, make me smile in this moment? And it's like these little teeny steps that get us to that ultimate manifestation of what we want and what we're going for. And like, just as I'm talking
Yeah.
about this, my whole body is like tingling and I can just like feel it. It's
Mm.
like sometimes it's as easy as like having a sip of water, like, oh my God, that's so good. And then I'm like, oh, I just want to snuggle with my blanket. Like, oh yeah, this is great. Like,
Yes,
I
that's
want to
true.
go for
Yeah.
a walk. Oh my God. I just want to sit here and just look at the trees and the sky and the clouds. Oh my God. I want to
Yeah.
go for a walk and
Yeah.
just go look at some
Mm.
moss on a rock, like
Yeah.
just all these little things that we can do to get that extra like enjoyment, whatever it
Hmm.
is. Like these are just mine, so
Yeah.
everybody's got their own.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you for sharing, man.
And then the next step goes, oh, my next level enjoyment's like getting on the plane and like going to where I want to go, and then like getting in that
Hmm.
car and like meeting the people, doing the thing, and oh,
Yeah.
I made it. I'm here.
Amen. Yeah, man, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah. You reminded me of what I used to say a lot when I was there in Boulder with you. It was
Beautiful.
yeah, it was like right, whenever a situation doesn't resonate, like and you're become aware of it. You're aware, you start breathing, you come to neutrality, and then what's your next loving step? What's the next
Mm-hmm.
loving step you can do for
Yeah.
yourself and your surroundings? What's the next loving step? And I kind of, for myself, uh, there was some kind of shift happening in my life when I understood that when I'm aware, I breathe to neutrality, and then the next loving step, even if it feels like I do not know what the next loving step could be, is just breathing in, relaxing the body, breathing out, and give the outer world a smile. But an
Hmm.
honest one, an authentic one. If you cannot smile authentic, don't force it because then the outer world is not gonna take it, you know? Yeah, right? But if you keep breathing into yourself, keep feeling, and most of the time when I could feel neutrality, I could smile because I felt like it's kind of I'm at peace and I can smile
Hmm.
because I'm at peace. And I give that smile to the outer world and the outer world start changing. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's really, really interesting. Like if you do not know what the next living step is just, yeah, breathe, relax, and when you're relaxed, give that smile authentically. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. You'd like be like it was like breathe in peace, breathe out relaxation or something. You like
Yeah.
you kept you were like, no, no, it's really easy. Just breathe in peace, breathe out relaxation. I don't remember if those are the words you used, but it was just like,
Yeah.
no, no, I got this. It's just like,
Mhm.
ah, ah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was amazing. And things changed, right? Everything
Hmm.
changed. There was a lot of change there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this kind of brings me to another detour that I want to get to. Like when you want to manifest something and it feels like you want to manifest peace or you want to manifest, a balance in life, sometimes you you start manifesting it and this becomes even worse before it gets better.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. I believe it's like the universe testing you like do you really want to manifest this because
Yeah.
if yeah shake here because here this is really what you want to get rid of, right?
Uh-huh. It's the best.
And yeah, and then or this is really what you want, right? We're gonna make it extra hard to really, if you want to have
Mm-hmm.
this peace, this balance, this thing in
Mm-hmm.
your life. Yeah. So yeah, that's also a thing that I feel like is kind of a something that always comes back. Like if I wanna stop with something happening in life, most of the time when I decided I'm I I want this to change, it first gonna get a little worse before it gets better. Yeah. Or sometimes a
Yeah.
little bit much worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes, you know.
It depends how on the
Depends,
other side of the pendulum you
right?
were.
Yes. Yes, right. Depends on where you leave from,
Yeah.
Duell. Yeah, it is.
Uh-huh.
It is so crazy. Mm.
And like the reflections, like,
Hmm.
that piece of it, like getting worse. So for me, when I feel that like I'm onto the manifestation, I think things are going right, and then I sometimes will look at my reflections when I'm out in the world and be like, huh, these aren't very like the best interactions. Like, huh, what do I need to look at myself? What's going on with me? And how can I step forward into what I'm desiring in order to like see the reflection from the outside world?
Yeah. Yeah. True. True. Also
Yeah.
true. Uh, and then and this is then a tough one because sometimes you got to like say goodbye to reflections that you kind of are holding on so hard
Mm.
on. And
Mm-hmm.
then, yeah, it's so, and it's so interesting how you're holding on to it because of love in a kind of way, but then also in hindsight, you see that holding on onto love is also like damaging the whole situation, and
Yeah.
damaging your own soul, damaging everything that is happening in the presence, I would say. And I not
Mm-hmm.
damaging, but it's more like it brings it completely, it is out of balance, right? And it
Yeah.
goes also always comes down to let go, right? Like
Hmm.
when we talked about the presence in the last podcast, now we talked about manifestation, but also like kind of like with the breath, letting go of things, and letting go
Hmm.
is, yeah. And it's so interesting, right? But I do believe like letting go should be a topic for a whole other podcast.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it's
because
a very challenging thing to do at
true,
times, especially when we really
true.
care or love
Yeah,
someone or had that really, really long
yeah,
relationship and like
yeah.
accepting that it's like it's not working anymore
Hmm.
and like it's just damaging and like letting go. Like we have so much conditioning upon
Yeah.
us from growing up and life and parents and friends and family and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we hold on to what is comfortable, whether it was good or not, because that's how we were raised.
Hmm.
And yeah, man, just letting go is so challenging sometimes.
Yeah. 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 I do. Oh, I got so much to say. I feel like, but I feel this is for another time because it is a topic at itself, especially because you know, I've talked about letting go with so many people and people that I help, and it always comes down. We say letting go, and then you get this reaction, but how do you let go? How? And yeah, and then the funny thing is like today in this podcast already we spoke about it, how to let
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
And that, yeah, there's so many nuances, so many perspectives on this that yeah.
Yeah, the
Mm,
layers and the levels. It just reminded
yeah.
me though of this really like funny scenario in my head that's
Mm,
happened to me. It's like I'm learning how to ski behind a boat and there's a rope and I'm holding onto the rope and I'm trying to ski and like I'm like I got this. I'm gonna do it. And like I'm getting dragged through the water and sucked and like water's going through my face and like up my nose and like
yeah.
down my throat. I'm still holding on the rope. Like, okay, I'll let go. And it was like, and then I'm just like
Ah.
sitting there. Like, wow, okay, maybe I should have let go a little sooner.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Oh, I can definitely resonate with that. I held on to a lot of things also too long.
Uh-huh.
Poor body, poor mind.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel like is there something you want to add more to the topic manifestation at this moment?
Yeah, the manifestation. Um, it's such a big topic these days, and there's so
Mm,
many
yeah.
people talking about it.
Mm,
And we spoke of like sitting and seeing it and then letting it go, and then the next piece is like taking massive action. Like
mm,
you have to take massive action to get to where we want to go, and like nobody's just gonna like buy us the plane ticket without us asking or just like be like, here's the car, here, get in, let's go. It's like, or whatever it is that you want to do. You want to build a business, you want to create a YouTube channel, you want to build a house, you want to build a bridge, like any of this stuff, it was all thought of with the mind first. And then massive action had to be taken in order to get there.
yeah. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, brother.
Yeah, we just can't sit around and like think about it. Like, that is
Mm,
part of it. Though, like, what steps are next in getting to where I
mm,
want to go and doing what it is that I want to do and seeing
mm.
what I see in my mind's eye.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. And wow, now I feel like I kind of want to also want to root for the beginning part, because we
Mm-hmm.
said sit with it, feel it, envision it. But sometimes that that is hard for to begin with sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely would. I feel like I want to share to for people to start writing. Like
Mm.
writing what you want is kind of writing or recording or like
Mm-hmm.
making it tangible what you want to manifest. And maybe the first step is like kind of you brainstorm it out. You
Yeah.
just record yourself and you start just talking. You try to shut off the mind as much as possible. Try to get into the present. You breathe a little bit, you put on a candle, you do something meaningful in the moment, and you record yourself or you take a pen and paper and you write down what it is that you want. And first it's a brainstorm, and maybe you have to do it the next day. And that brainstorm, then you can choose. Do I need another brainstorm? Because I can think of so many other things still. And you write it down. And then you can start making that smaller and smaller, or the recording shorter and shorter, and go deeper into like really the direction you want to go in. Um, why am I saying to brainstorm, to bring it out into a form? Is because in our mind, we can think about 10 stories within 5 minutes, and we have felt those stories, we have seen those stories, and we kind of know them from beginning to end already. Um, but then how do you do it, right? Well, when you write it down, you can only write down one story at the time, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that brings things way clearer for you out. Like
Mm-hmm.
what's inside, it brings it out. And once you have it outside, once you have it written down, you can start reading that and then go into kind of meditation, feeling, um, yeah, and well, what we spoke about before, like really feeling it, envision it, getting it, the feeling into the now, what you have written down, feel it here,
Mm.
and then let it all go after the meditation again. Like, okay, universe, show me what's the way.
Oh, yeah, that's so beautiful.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, that really that brought up really two things for me with the
Mm.
manifestation. It's like we can keep going deeper and deeper and add more tricks and tools and magic to
Yeah.
this potion
Yeah.
that we're creating, and it's just so beautiful the layers that we can interact on and we can dive into. So it's like the writing, and then with the visual, like vision boards, like getting out those
Mm.
magazines and like for me, I'm like, I want tropical living, and I'm like looking
Mm.
for beaches and like mountains with rivers going into the ocean, like sand, like, oh, we're getting cozy, and just envisioning and
Yeah.
seeing. So I wrote it down, made the vision board, I saw it. Then that way, I put it in a place that I can see it every day. I don't even have to think about it. I just saw it. It's there. And then for the next, like really, really yummy, juicy manifestation tip is a sigil. And a sigil is like this really ancient way of bringing things to life that I was taught, shared with a really good friend. And the sigil, like you get a piece of paper out and you pick like uh, you pick a very short topic or like a very short thing, like free mountain house, like so that'd be, and then you pick the letters out of it. So F M H, like free mountain house. So and then I would take my F M H and just write F M H on a piece of paper. I would see the mountain house. I would be in the mountain house and I just start drawing and flowing. And I'm drawing and flowing so much that like you can't see the FMH anymore. You can't see it. It's like, for me, it was covered in like vines and roots and flowers and growth. And then I just sit with it and enjoy being in this mountain house, enjoy feeling how good it feels,
Mm.
and then I put it away. and I let it go.
Yeah.
And then a week later, 2 weeks later, pull it out. Let's go again. And start drawing on it and flowing with it and like see what else comes from this. And at the end, it's what it is. Like for me it was a beautiful picture and just the earth and the sky and the heavens and heart, and it was just so nourishing. And then yeah, I was like, oh, put it away again.
Yeah. And then at one point, the mountain house came. Awesome, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's so
amazing, right?
beautiful. It's just so
Mm,
fun. I'm having
yeah.
so much fun with all this stuff. It's great.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, yeah, because that's it, right? It's just enjoyment and enjoying that you do this. And
hmm
I feel that as well. I wanted to say here that this is the way you explained your process was so amazing, was so cool. But it is kind of that is bound to you, to your soul, to your identity,
Yeah.
how that
hmm
grows, right? So for anyone out there, like it doesn't mean that you right now have to do it the same way Jake did. Maybe you're gonna I don't know, make a sculpture or something of it, or
Yeah.
or with what you wrote down, you make a story on how it goes, and all of a
Mm.
sudden, so you can go, you can be very creative with these things, and you can do this
Yeah.
as simple as you want, and as artistic and as detailed as you want, and it just have to feel good for you inside, and
Mm.
then because this is something I feel that it is kind of present in the spiritual world. Oh, manifestation, manifestation. You got 10 manifestation courses all explaining their technique of manifestation, but it really doesn't mean that it's your technique. And okay, if you want to follow 10 manifestation courses and then maybe you find yours, that's cool. But from my perspective, everything in the world is kind of uniquely connected to you. So you're gonna have to find your own unique progress or process to
hmm
manifest, to let go of things, to come back into the presence, to live life. You have to tailor it all to your own unique being that you are, right? And nobody can really give you the formula.
hmm
This is why it is so interesting how when I stepped into the spiritual world, I really I never believed anyone with their course. Yeah, I'm giving a manifestation course. You should follow it, and you're gonna get everything you want, and follow my practice here to stay in the present, and this is what you need. And no. I feel like this is an old time that has passed. So the time of gurus, I mean, like the time of the individual guru has passed. And yes, before it was everybody listen to a guru, try it out, and life gets kind of better. But we are in a time, from my perspective, where we are actually all becoming individually a guru ourselves, and understanding that we as a guru are part of the whole, and we're all just gurus together, and seeing everyone as a teacher, a master, and a student, and you are a teacher, a master, and a student. It just depends on what experience did you have and can you share, and what experience haven't you gotten yet, and you can still learn from somebody else. And that's why we're all masters, teachers, students, always circling around that every time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. So well said.
Thank
Oh
you.
my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah,
This has been perfect. This
that was
time
the
has been so amazing.
same. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also feel like this is a good conclusion unless you still want to add something more.
No, this is perfect,
No.
man. Like, oh
Awesome.
man.
All right.
Great
We
topic.
recreated something to manifest something here.
Uh-huh. Yeah, great
Now let's give
topic.
back the present to to everyone that listened.
Enjoy your manifestations.
Uh,
Woo!
thank you, thank you, thank you. Hmm. All right, Brother Jake, thank you so much. Again, I had so much joy and so much excitement. Yeah, and so much gratitude for this. And yeah, man. Until the next time.
Yeah, until the next time. Thanks, Gerardo. Love you, bro.
Bye-bye.
Oh my goodness, that was amazing. 0 Point Podcast.
Yeah, I hope we brought you back to 0 point, or maybe we made 0 points to you. But anyway, thanks for watching.
Either way, we had a great time. Hope you did too. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time. Have a great life. Ciao.
Bye-bye.